Hello and welcome to the Manifest to Live Life Golden Show. This is season 2, episode 5. We're talking about getting out of our comfort zones today and what it means to do this, what it means for you to not do this, like what the cost is that you're getting from staying inside that comfort zone of misery. I call it the not so comfort zone because it's kind of miserable. You got this thing calling to you, your heart keeps calling to you and you keep pushing it away. And every day you wake up and it's nagging you. Like that is, to me, that's the definition of misery. It's also the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. This is when you put yourself in a place of like wishing and hoping and nothing ever happens because you are not activating energy, because you are acting as if someone's going to rescue you. You are acting as if there's going to be some integration and miracle. Now, miracles do happen, yes, but you need to activate energy, especially if it's been going on for a long, long time and you've had these feelings of things that you want to do that you haven't been doing. It really is time to act. So, I just got off my TV show. So if you haven't heard yet, I am coming to you 2 more days a week. I can't believe it. And I'm going to keep this podcast going as long as I can, but it all may just morph into each other, which is fine because we've got a lot of content. There's a lot of content going around. And as much as I feel like I can talk forever, I'm not sure if I can talk 3 days a week, but you never know. You absolutely never know. And that show will have guests. I'm going to have guests. So if you are interested and you have something inspiring and exciting to share, contact me at livelifegolden@gmail. There's a little cost involved to be a guest on my show, but that's the price of spending time and energy with me and streaming yourself across to millions of people. So it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So if you're interested, just let me know, email me, and we can set up a little time to talk because I am interested in connecting with amazing people. That's been the exciting part. Like this podcast has kind of been all about me, right? I just have had a lot to say and a lot to share. So that will give me an avenue to connect with like-minded people that have different ideas and people that put things in different ways so we can all expand and grow together, which I'm super excited about. So if you want to catch that, you can actually look at my YouTube channel, Manifest to Live Life Golden, and click on the live button and it's there, or e360tv.com. It streams across a lot of places. Apple, I'll get all the places together once I figure this out. Also, if you're on Facebook, if you could like my page, The Goldyn Hour, that will also stream it live. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Pacific, you're going to get more of me. You're going to get more of The Goldyn Hour with me with more information. And it's going to be a lot of like what I'm already talking about. I'm sure I'll spin it different ways. And if you've listened to all of these episodes, it may feel like repetition, but repetition is the greatest way to learn. And I feel like when it comes to this universal law stuff, we need reminding. We need to remember who we are on the daily, on the minute by minute basis, because we forget. And that's why I'm bringing you this conversation today, because holy cow, living outside my comfort zone with this TV show. Now you would think it'd be easy, right? Like this is something that I've been doing for a while. I've been on podcasts, I've been on YouTubes, I've been interviewed. Going live is something totally different. And then figuring out another platform is another thing. And then I had to figure out videos and I had to do videos and I had to get a lot of things ready for this. And I realized this comfort zone stuff needs to be talked about. We need to talk about this because yesterday was a whole day of yuck and it didn't need to be yuck for me. So I like to share with you guys the process that I go through to help your process change and become easier because we don't need to suffer. We don't need to make ourselves suffer. So I started to really connect with like why I was suffering and where that came from and what this like yucky anxiety feeling was all about. And I got a lot of clues to it. So, first of all, I want to talk about ideas because you're getting ideas all the time and you're not acting on them. And why is that? Like, why are you not acting on your ideas? I get ideas all the time and I throw them out there. And then people gravitate to them, and holy cow, now I got to create something. In fact, I'll share my 21-day abundance activation, which I shared the wrong date. Actually, I've changed the date to May 1st, 2023. We're going to start that day. I'm actually going to Arizona to move my daughter. So I wanted to just be able to kick back and enjoy that. But that that was actually a challenge that I took part in with a man named James, who's going to be on my Golden Hour show on Thursday at noon with me. He's amazing. James Junta. You got to hear this guy. I literally feel like doing cartwheels after I talk to him. He shared with me that he was doing this 21-day abundance challenge, and it was through Deepak Chopra. And I like him. I think he's great. So I'm like, count me in. It was starting the next day, and I was like, I'm in. So I started to do this challenge with him, and on the fourth day, now there's a meditation and a challenge, and the challenge is usually like either a writing prompt, like write down what you're grateful for. But on the fourth day, the challenge was to start your own group, and I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. And so I had a little resistance around it. And it was about, kind of promoting this Deepak Chopra thing that I was like, I liked it, but I wasn't totally aligning with it. And so I get this crazy idea. I'm just going to create my own. So I throw it out there. I get like 14 people, and boom, now I'm creating a 21-day challenge every single day. I'm doing my own guided meditation, and I'm creating an activity for them. And I've opened the group in WhatsApp, and I'm engaging, and it's crazy. And all along the way, I'm creating a TV show at the same time and trying to get everything ready for that. So yeah, out of the comfort zone. Am I crazy? Did I bite off more than I could chew? No, absolutely not. I said that a few times yesterday, and I was like, no, never. You don't do that. You don't bite off more than you can chew, because you've got infinite intelligence on your side. So you're always going to be streaming information that's going to help you and support you. And you're co-creating. You're not alone. I think I forgot, and I was alone yesterday, and I was making it so much harder than it needed to be. So you got these ideas. So these ideas come, and you have a choice, right? You're at choice with these ideas. You're at the choice to take that idea and make it more, make it something, throw it out there, see if people want it. Or you have a choice to let your mind talk you out of that idea. Oh, I don't need to do that right now. Oh my gosh, I'm doing a TV show, and I got the podcast, and I have so much going on right now. I don't need to do that, right? Would have been so easy. That TV show even could have been talked out of, but it made so much sense to me as the next up level that I needed to take, that it was like a hell yes. And then yesterday, I'm like, what did I do? What am I thinking? Twice a week? Like, what? All those doubts come in, all those fears come in. So I got connected to it. Like, I got connected to the anxiety, I got connected to the overwhelmment. Throughout last week, I was actually going away. I went on a girls' trip to the Palm Springs, which was so much fun. We laughed so much. The weather was amazing. It's been chilly here in California, and Palm Springs was in the 80s, so that was awesome. But I had a lot of anxiety the morning we were leaving, and I was the one driving, so I thought maybe that was what it was about. But I really think it was about this up level. So I want you to know that when you have anxiety, when you feel overwhelming, when you feel like you're out of your comfort zone, it's because you're taking an up level. And that up level serves you so much. And I'm going to get to the 9 benefits of taking the up level and not pushing it away and not keeping yourself safe and miserable. There's huge benefits to this, and it is the next logical step in your expansion and growth. What keeps you from expanding and growing is your own mind and your own fears and doubts. And where do those come from? So yesterday I started to really think about this and think about where, I'm not having a lot of doubts. I've done really good about really, shutting down those doubts. So I don't like beat myself up anymore. If you're doing that, if you're beating yourself up, keeping yourself small, telling yourself you're not good enough, you're listening to the shitty committee, and they need to be murdered. That's it. It needs to be murdered, right? Like, we need to just cut that crap out. How do you do that? You meditate, you get in touch with who you really are. You get my book, Mindful Manifestation Secrets, Daily Guide and Journal. You start doing the journaling exercises, or you join my abundance activation. That will also, there's a lot of great writing prompts. People had a lot of realizations and awarenesses in that group. Be awesome for you to be a part of. You got to email me like right away. I'm going to have a link for you guys soon, but email me at livelifegolden@gmail so that I can save you a spot, because I can only take 20 because there's a lot of engagement on my part. So I started thinking about like where do these things come from? Because it wasn't necessarily doubts, but I had to get in touch with, and this is what you have to do in this process of anxiety and overwhelmment, is get in touch with what the hell is going on with me. Why am I feeling this way? So I started connecting to, well, first of all, like there's like that fear of public speaking, right? Which I remember listening to an interview with Betty White. There's a really good special with Betty White. There's like her, I think it's like her life story on, I think I saw it on Netflix. So, so good. She was amazing. She was like one of the first women in Hollywood. She was really amazing. And she said, even now, and this was like, she was being interviewed, like, but this was right before she died. And she was saying that she still had it. Like she still had the fear every time she went on stage, and she loved it because what it said to her is that she was still on edge. Like she still had her growing edge. She was still expanding and she was still growing. She didn't say it in that way, but that's the way I took it. And that's cool. So going live on a platform feels very different than doing this little recording in my house and throwing it out if I don't like it, which I don't really do. So my husband's like, it's not really that different because you don't edit anyways, and you pretty much just fly by the seat of your pants. So it wasn't, but it felt different because you feel different because you know there's people already watching you. So that public speaking part of it is different. So I started to look at that, and I've done a lot of public speaking in my life, and I've kind of felt like I got over the fear of that, but there's an energy and excitement of doing that sort of stuff. So I looked at that. The other thing I had to look at was this fear, this idea of needing to look perfect and not being judged by people. So I was talking to my network president yesterday, and she was like, you just need to have fun with this. And I should have talked to her yesterday morning because that's when I was doing all of my videos. I had to get like my intro done and my outro done, which I've never done. You guys know, like this podcast is so like raw and real and basic because I've never wanted to have to figure that stuff out. And it's really actually very easy. So maybe we'll get that on here soon. But I never felt like it was necessary. But when you're doing a TV show, it's like you want to do all the things. And she's like, you don't have to do it. And I'm like, but I want to do it. Like I want to do what will make it feel better, like make it feel more special. So I'm on I couldn't get into the site that they wanted me to use. So that created anxiety. And that's probably what created me not being able to get in was my initial anxiety. So then I just started doing stuff on Canva, and I'm like, oh, all right. And the whole time I'm doing this stuff on Canva, I'm not having any fun because I'm anxious that it's not going to look right. And I'm anxious that I'm not going to be able to figure it out. And it was so literally thinking back so easy. It really was so easy because I have figured out and mastered so much stuff doing this podcast. So if you have something, a YouTube channel, a podcast, a cooking show, something that you want to present to the world, just freaking do it. I'm going to change Nike's slogan to just freaking do it because there's so much joy on the other side, and you're going to figure it all out because you're connected to infinite intelligence just like I am. So you're going to get the wisdom. You're going to get people that are going to come and help you just the way my network president helped me yesterday and helped me to click the icon that would actually help it to go live on the TV streaming that we were bringing it to. Yes, I didn't click that button. And thankfully, because I'm co-creating in this experience, I was loved and supported and told to do that before I actually launched the show. So that's great news, right? So there's nothing to worry about. But I connected with certain things. And these are things that may be true for you that you need to take a look at in your past. Remember, our belief systems are created at a very young age. So, like, what did we experience in elementary school when we raised our hand and we had the wrong answer? What did we experience in middle school when we were super self-conscious and the teacher called on us and we didn't have the answer? These are fears that still play in our day. They still play in us getting out of that comfort zone and being afraid that we're going to be wrong, being afraid that we're going to get embarrassed. And the funny thing about being embarrassed, I can't do it anymore. I remember moments in my life of complete embarrassment. In fact, I'm going to share one with you. And I don't have any clue why this is popping up, but it was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I wore a new outfit to school. I had this cute little shorts jumpsuit, not jumpsuit, but it was like shorts with a matching top, little elastic shorts and a matching top. And I'm feeling all cute. And I'm in sixth grade. I'm 12 years old. And the hallways are packed, right? And this boy, Frankie, I don't remember Frankie's last name, ran up behind me and pulled down my shorts. And everyone saw my flowered underwear. And when I tell you that was the most embarrassing moment of my life, it was the most embarrassing moment of my life. So he got suspended for that, thank God, because Frankie he was awful. But the point I'm trying to make, and I have no idea why this story is coming through, is we all have these moments in life where we feel really unsure of ourselves. And of course, then I got made fun of for my flowered underwear, the whole thing, right? What that does to us is it erodes our ability to be confident. It erodes our wholeness, right? It makes us break into fragments of ourselves where we want to hide, where we want to not let people know we wear flowered underwear, right? Or anything else. We don't want people to know that we're not great at math. Hello? Yeah, that's a belief. I could change that belief, but I don't like math, so I'm not even going to try. Like when we split the bill with all of my friends, it's a joke. It's really a joke. And one of them is like a math teacher. She's like a math tutor. I'm like, I'm out. You guys figure it out. I don't want to spend time doing that. So those things that we connected with that made us embarrassed because we weren't good at them or somebody revealed something that was private and personal to us, they still might be activated in your energy field today. So what can you do about it? Well, you've got to heal. You got to look at those things, get my book, Mindful Manifestation Secrets Daily Guide and Journal on Amazon. You got to look that up and put my name. It's buried deep. I don't know why. They said it was a low content book. There's 100 pages of information in there, lots of writing prompts. I mean, it's a real solid book. And if you do read it or you have read it and you can give me a review, that would help it to pop up. Or if you've read my other book, Mindful Manifestation Secrets, and you can give me a review, that would be awesome. Okay. So being really hard on yourself when you're about to do something and not connecting with what these triggers might mean for you and how to heal from them will keep you in that misery zone, we'll call it. I'm not going to call it the comfort zone anymore. It's the misery zone. So when you start to do something, right? When you start to you have an idea. I know lots of people right now, they've got these ideas and they want to do these businesses and they want to, there's so much going on. There's so many ways to make money. Now is the time to really take advantage of it. I mean, planetarily, is that a word? Planetarily, the way the planets are aligned, that's what I keep hearing. The way the internet is set up, the way the social medias are set up. Now is the time. What keeps you from creating something amazing is your fear of not being good enough, or you're like, I can't be as good as her. Well, guess what? You got to be bad before you can be good. Go back to my first episode. I don't think it was that great. I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't as good as the TV show I did today. I'm sure of that because I've had practice now. But if you never put yourself out there, you will always wonder what it would have been like if you had just done it. Or you'll wait another 2 or 3 or 5 years before you do it. Before I started this podcast, I remember having feelings and I remember saying, the only thing that's different from me and these other people that are doing what I want to do is they did it. They started it and I'm not, and I haven't. And the only thing that's going to bridge the gap between who I am and who I want to be is doing it. And that's the truth for you as well. So wherever you are right now, whatever you want to do, it's completely possible, but you have to activate the energy. I'm sure I've said that a million times on this show. You've got to get in touch with what you want to create, and you got to start doing something to activate energy, because the universe is going to come in with you. It's going to conspire with you, but it can't conspire if you are in misery. And if you're living in this, false comfort zone of not putting yourself out there and not actually acting on your ideas. Now there is a philosophy that if you don't act on your ideas, they'll go to someone else. And I don't like that philosophy because I think it puts too much pressure on us. And I don't think we need any more reasons to beat ourselves up. And I also think it could stop you from actually doing it because you're like, well, I had that idea like 5 years ago and I never did it. So somebody else probably took it. Come on. There's millions of people in the world that could benefit from what you have to offer. So whether it's a book you want to write, a business you want to start, a YouTube channel, a podcast, whatever it is freaking possible. And it's time for you to set forth. Now, if you've been doing something else and you've been doing it and you really want to do it more, you got to set some, accountability with that. So if you're in network marketing, when I was in network marketing, I had a goal for myself to share it with 6 people a day. That's a lot. 6 people a day is a lot. So if you're doing a business, that's a lot. It was pretty much my whole day, but every day I would set up appointments to do that. So set a little goal for yourself if you're in that situation, because if you go, okay, yeah, I got to do this business, and it never happens. You got to set firm intentions for what you're looking to create. So whatever it is, if you really want to start a business, create some programs. You don't even have to create the program. The cool thing about programs that I've done that you're going to think is crazy, and it is a little, I work well like this, is I'll put them out there before I really have them created. Because once I start to create the first one, then I kind of tailor it to whoever I'm working with. And that's exactly what happened. The Abundance Activation Group is it was tailored. And as I was seeing things happen, more ideas came. So you don't have to have a program built to actually put something out into the world, because you don't even know if people want that program. You don't even know if people will benefit from that program until you start connecting with the people. You just have to put yourself out there. So anything that you're looking to do that's outside of the zone of what you've done before is going to take an up level. And with up levels, there is energy involved. We like to label it as anxiety. It could be considered excitement if you put it through a different filter. If I had put yesterday through excitement, I would have had a much better time of it. But I decided to suffer my way through it. And I think I did that so I could share it. I really do. Because if I don't know what this feels like, if I am just living outside my comfort zone all the time, like I'll see, okay, so I just saw Matthew McConaughey, and this may sound judgmental of me, but Matthew McConaughey now is doing like motivational speaking. And I said to my husband, I go, Matthew McConaughey has lost touch. He has lost touch. He doesn't know what we live. He doesn't understand what it's like to live in the world today without that level of income and fame and what I'll call, what would I call that? They just have a different level of permission, right? Stars, they get treated differently. They get revered everywhere they go. I don't think that he can talk, and I could be wrong, to a person who is dealing with building themselves up from this platform, from this, situation, from financial struggle or divorce or separation or whatever it is that you feel challenged about. I don't even know what I went off on a tangent with Matthew McConaughey. Whoa. My point is that if I don't go through this stuff, I can't really speak to it. So I love that. I love that I can still be in this resonance with people and resonance with you and what you're going through, because I think you've all seen me. If you've been here for a while, you've seen me really do some stuff, right? Like you see me living on the edge and doing things and talking in my room and putting myself out there in a lot of ways. And because of that, I think you can get a picture of someone that they don't have the same struggles you do, and you can separate yourself from their success and go, I can't do what they're doing. Yes, you can. Anyone can do what I'm doing. You just have to freaking do it. Yes, I'm going to get shirts that say just freaking do it. I am. I'm making shirts. That's it. Would you buy one? Let me know. Just freaking do it. That's going to be my saying. I'm going to take that. So you got to do it. You got to work outside of your comfort zone. I'm going to give you the benefits. All right. So first of all, drill into the fear. Like, what does this fear mean for me? Where does it come from? Is it a classroom fear? Is it a playground fear? Is it, the fear of when I was at work a couple of years ago and I did a presentation and it bombed? Where does that fear come from? Because once you start to connect with the fear and face it, it will disintegrate. It will start to leave you alone if you face it. If you keep pushing it down and you're in denial and you're trying to run away from it, that's when you're going to live in unnecessary misery and pain for longer than is necessary. It can end today for you. This living, outside of your dreams, this living in this little box where your dreams are outside of you, that can end today. It can. You just have to freaking do it. Okay. All right. So what are you going to gain from moving forward? These are the questions that you want to start asking. First is like, where did the fear come from? Can I let it go? Can I release it? Look at all the thoughts and feelings that are around it so you can become aware of them. Once you become mindful and aware of them, then you can start to choose not to feel them anymore. Yesterday, did I have a choice? Yeah, I had a choice. I did, but I didn't take it. I chose I chose the other side. I chose the anxiety and the fear, and it's all good. It's all good. It was a process, and by the end of the day I was out of it because I had talked to someone who made me feel better and I had let go enough that that support was able to come in. All right. So recognize this. The way that you feel, if you don't feel good and you want to do something and something's nagging at you every day, you will continue to feel that and it will get worse for you because you're staying the same and it is not your position to stay the same. You are here to expand and grow. All right. So here, what's stopping you? First of all, what's stopping you? I want you to write that down. What's stopping me from moving forward? If you get online, if you go on social media and you're looking at all these other accounts and they're making you feel bad, get the hell off of them, first of all. Okay. And start creating your own thing because we don't want to be inauthentic and create somebody else's thing. We want to do our own thing. So you're going to bring something different. I don't care what they're doing. You're going to bring something different. So unfollow those people that make you feel less than because you got to step up. You got to step up. You're going to become more. You may become even more than them. Who knows? But you're going to become more by not being in the shadow of somebody else. It's going to be so much better for you. All right, so this is what you're going to get from moving forward. These are the 9 things you're going to get from acting outside of your comfort zone and doing the thing that keeps calling to you. You're going to get greater confidence. Your confidence does not grow from wishing and hoping. Your confidence does not grow from meditating on things. I mean, it does. You get to know who you really are, but honestly, it doesn't come from thinking about doing the thing. It only comes from acting outside that comfort zone and doing the things and showing yourself how powerful you are, showing yourself that even through failure, you can figure things out. Yeah, we're afraid of failure. That's ridiculous. A lot of people are afraid of success. That's also ridiculous. Let's stop being afraid of things and start experiencing life to the fullest. Your expansion of who you are, your growth of who you are. So you get to grow. And then guess what happens with growth? You get to offer that to other people. You get to be that beacon of light to other people. You get to be that cheerleader for other people. So it actually expands the world because now you are showing evidence of your power to create. Faith, you're going to grow your faith. There is nothing that grows faith more than putting yourself out on the edge. When we quantum leaped to California, my faith grew exponentially. And now I am faithful in many, many things because I've had myself on that leading edge of growth for so long. Trust. You're going to build trust. You're going to build trust with the universe. You're going to build trust in yourself. You're going to build trust in the scientific laws of the universe because you're going to see them at play. We don't see the universal laws at play unless we test them, unless we experience life, unless we put them into practice. A feeling. I'm actually doing, I'm going to do one law a show. So this last one that I did on the Goldyn hour was And you can get that live on YouTube. I think I said that, or E360 TV, and I'll get you other ways to see it. I did the law of correspondence today. So I'm going to do all the 12 laws for each show so I can highlight that law and kind of build the show around that. But the law of correspondence is, it's sending out the energy. It's writing your letter to the universe saying, I trust and have faith that when I put myself into practice, when I put myself into the activation of energy, I'm going to have evidence that I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to see evidence of energetic flow in the direction of what I want to create. A feeling of your power. How good does it feel to be powerful? How good does it feel to know that when you do something, it works? How good does that feel? What it does, again, it builds your confidence, but it also connects you to your worthiness, right? That power, that worthiness, that self-confidence, all that stuff that's in that middle part of your body, that abdomen, that solar plexus region, all of that is going to ignite, and you're going to be able to let go of the unworthiness, the not feeling good enough, and show yourself that you're here to create. You're a creator, and it doesn't matter what happens when you do it. It just matters that you do it. A thrill. The thrill of life. Like, what are we doing? Are we having a thrill of life? I'm thrilled with life. I really am. Waking up pretty excited these days. And it's because, 2 years ago, I decided to put myself out there. I decided that all my fears and all my doubts and all that silly stuff didn't matter anymore, that the pain of that was worse than the pain of just working through it all and getting myself out there and following the energy, which is exactly what I've done. And that's how I ended up with a TV show. Passion. Does anybody like passion? I love passion. I have passion all the time because I get to talk about what I'm passionate about. So find out what your passion is. Find out what rings your bells. Find out what lights you on fire, because that is the connection of your truth. It's the connection of your abundance, and it's the connection of living your life to the absolute fullest. And number 9 is you cannot imagine what the universe has in store for you. And I will honestly say that is true for myself. In the last 2 years, I've made more money than I ever have in my entire life. I have met more amazing people. I have taught, geez Louise, I probably have 30 different teachings that I have created content for, that I have taken tons of people through. And it just continues to surprise and delight me. I was thinking about the feelings that I've had the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks. And I was thinking about last September, I did a retreat, and I did it. It was only 2 people, 2 of the most amazing people. I shouldn't say only 2 people, because they are 2 of the most incredible women that I was so blessed to do a retreat with. But I literally did not sleep past like 2 a.m. for probably 2 or 3 weeks. And it didn't stop until it was over, where I was just had this run of energy that felt like anxiety, because I felt very responsible for them. Luckily, I was able to kind of take myself out of that and get myself in the flow and channel and be present and have fun and be lighthearted. That will always get you out of anxiety, when you can be lighthearted and have fun. But what I realized through that was what I got to see through this. So I looked back at that, remembered what it was like, understood what was happening to me, not being able to sleep, feeling anxious about driving. I understood that that was part of the process, and it created more awareness for me to share this process with you and to help you to understand that you're taking an up level. And whenever we're taking an up level, there's going to be energy moving, and the energy is going to move out of our body through feelings of overwhelming, sickness. Anytime you have sickness, especially like stomach bugs or colds with lots of congestion, you are moving low vibrational energy out of your body, and you will become lighter from it. Think about it. Think about how good you feel after you've had the flu. you feel amazing. You feel lighter. You feel a whole new appreciation for joy and gratitude for your health. So there is an up level that happens in every sickness, in every illness that you are experiencing. If you could look at it as, oh, this is an up level and I'm just releasing low vibrational energy, it will take on a whole new thing, and it won't hang around for as long because you're not in resistance to it. You're like, oh, I'm taking an up level. Here we go. I'm going to let myself rest. I'm going to let everything come out, and I'm going to be brand new when I'm done with this. So that energy that you're feeling, the overwhelmment, which you can call excitement. It would be better if you could call it excitement. It would be better if you could remember to have fun. Yesterday would have been a lot more great if I would have had a lot more fun creating my videos, and my videos might have been better if I had just chilled a little bit and not worried about what people were going to think about me. I didn't do a lot of that, but obviously that was running underneath and I needed to connect with it to get rid of it. So is it totally gone? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm here for it. I'm here for the work. I'm here for the growth. I'm here for the expansion. I'm here for you. I'm here for all of it because I love life. I love experiencing life. I love what I'm being called to. And once you get to it, once you get to it, once you get to it, you're going to feel better. And then you're going to wake up every day and you're going to be excited for your day and you're going to be excited for what you're doing. The other thing that it does, okay, I will give this number 10. Number 10 of the benefits of living outside your comfort zone is this: you won't have that nagging voice anymore. And that nagging voice, that call from your heart that you're trying to ignore every day, it's depleting you. It's depleting your energy and it's making you feel less than. And when you don't have that nagging voice anymore and you're just doing the things, you're doing the exercise program, you're doing the meditation every day, you're doing the business, you're living your passion, you are in such a higher frequency that when you're thinking about doing it and you're wishing you would do it. Such a higher frequency. It's love, it's appreciation, it's passion, it's thrill, it's everything that you came here for. So get out and do the freaking thing. Just freaking do it. All right. I love y'all. Let me see. Is there anything else I have to announce? Well, May 1st is going to start the 21-day activation, abundance activation. Definitely connect with me soon because the spots are flying and I just announced on the TV show, so they might go super fast. I may run this one like throughout the course of the year, so I'm not going to say you missed the chance, but if you got a call to do it, you should do it. It's like $47, totally worth it. And I'll have a link for that soon. But if you email me at livelifegolden@gmail.com, I will save you a spot. I shared my books, my TV show, The Golden Hour, and I believe that's it, people. All right. I love y'all. Peace.